everyone! Welcome back to Amin's English Podcast, the place where learning English is fun, easy, and useful for real-life conversations.
Hey guys! If you're new here, welcome! And don't forget to check out our first episode on hair and beauty standards. It's a great one.
Yes, but today we're talking about something we all use every day, social media. Is it helping us, or is it actually controlling us? We'll talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between. Plus, we've got some cool vocabulary and idioms for you to learn along the way.
And don't just listen, join the conversation. Try using the new words we teach you and answer the discussion questions at the end. All right, let's get into it.
All right, Mia. Let's start with the obvious question. Do you think we spend too much time on social media?
Oh, 100%. I always catch myself in this constant cycle of scrolling. 1 minute, I'm checking a message. The next thing I know, 30 minutes have passed.
That happens to me too. It's like an endless loop. And the worst part? Even when I try to disconnect, I feel like I'm missing something. That whole fear of missing out, or FOMO.
Ugh, FOMO is so real. Last year, I saw all my friends posting vacation photos while I was stuck at home studying. And honestly, I felt so left out. But then, I reminded myself, social media is just a highlight reel. No one posts their boring days.
Exactly. Everyone only shows their best moments. It's easy to forget that behind the perfect pictures, people have struggles too.
And some people really put on a show. They try so hard to look perfect online, but in real life, things aren't always as great as they seem.
That's why I try to follow people who are the real deal. You know, people who are authentic and don't pretend to have a perfect life.
Same. And I also try to curate my feed. If someone's posts make me feel bad about myself, I just unfollow them.
That's a great tip. Social media should be something positive, not something that stresses you out.
Exactly. Sometimes. I even step away from it completely. A few months ago, I took a break from social media for a week. And honestly, I felt so much better.
That's smart. Taking a break helps you recharge and focus on real life. I think we all need to disconnect sometimes.
For sure. And when we do use social media, we just have to remember, what we see online isn't always the real story.
All right, before we move on to the discussion questions, let's do a quick recap of the new vocabulary we learned today.
Yes. First up, we talked about the constant cycle of scrolling, when you keep checking your phone without realizing how much time has passed.
Then there's FOMO, fear of missing out. That feeling you get when you see people doing something fun and you feel like you're missing out.
We also talked about the highlight reel, how social media only shows the best parts of people's lives, not the full picture.
And don't forget putting on a show. When people try too hard to look perfect online, even if their real life isn't that great.
Right. We also mentioned the real deal. People who are authentic and not faking it for social media.
Then there's curating your feed, choosing to follow accounts that make you feel positive and inspired.
And if someone's posts don't make you feel good, you can always unfollow them.
We also talked about stepping away from social media, taking a break when it feels overwhelming.
And finally, we mentioned recharging, taking time away from social media to refresh your mind.
now it's your turn. We've got some discussion questions for you. Try answering them out loud and using today's vocabulary.
How much time do you spend on social media daily? Do you think it's too much?
Have you ever experienced FOMO? How did it make you feel?
Do you think social media shows real life, or is it just a highlight reel?
How do you balance social media with spending time in the real world?
What kind of content do you follow? Do you curate your feed for positivity?
Have you ever taken a break from social media? How did it feel?
What do you think are the biggest pros and cons of social media? All right, that's it for today's episode. We hope you had fun and learned some useful vocabulary.
And don't forget, practice makes perfect. Try using today's phrases in your own conversations.
And if you liked this episode, don't forget to like and share. It really helps us out.
And hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Thanks for listening and see you next time.
Until then, stay connected in real life and online.